Wow, you will definitely be surprised. Taehyung and Jungkook have just uploaded photos showing their affection at PokéPark Kanto, a Pokemon-themed amusement park located inside the Yomiuriland area in Tokyo, Japan. They were dating there, and ARMY probably won't believe they actually did this. It is known that Taehyung and Jungkook have not yet returned to Korea. They are spending their honeymoon after performing with BTS in Japan. Taehyung apparently loves Pokemon, and Jungkook will always accompany Taehyung wherever he goes. That's what love looks like. Their affection is a sign that their love will last until old age. I feel so happy seeing this couple. I'm a die-hard fan of Taehyung and Jungkook. Watch the continuation of this video and don't miss it. Before we start, make sure you're ready to love this moments. Welcome to VKook. The morning sunlight in Tokyo slipped gently through the windows of the Keio Line train, as it moved steadily away from the bustle of the city center. In the corner of the carriage, Taehyung and Jungkook sat side by side, occasionally whispering jokes that only the two of them understood. The 30-minute journey to Keio Yomiuriland station felt incredibly short because of the sweet atmosphere they created themselves, as if the world outside the window was merely a backdrop to their togetherness. Upon arriving at the station, they continued their journey by boarding the Sky Shuttle, a gondola lift that carried them gliding above green hills toward the park entrance. Inside the cabin suspended in the air, Taehyung couldn't stop admiring the scenery from above, while Jungkook was more focused on capturing Taehyung's profile with his camera. Their eyes met between the gentle sways of the gondola, conveying a warmth far deeper than that of an ordinary sightseeing trip. Their main destination that day was PokéPark Kanto, a dream destination within the Yomiuriland complex that had just opened to delight Pokémon fans. The moment they stepped inside, the adventurous atmosphere of the Pokémon world welcomed them with all its visual wonders. Taehyung looked especially excited, gently pulling Jungkook's hand to quickly explore every corner of the beautifully designed park. As someone who loved sharing moments from his life, Taehyung immediately took out his phone to upload several photos to his social media. The first photo showed Jungkook laughing brightly with the iconic PokéPark gate in the background, while Taehyung added a sweet heart emoji in the caption. Fans quickly realized that this was not just a casual outing, but a romantic date filled with openness and courage. They looked incredibly affectionate as they walked side by side among adorable Pokémon installations, occasionally stopping to take photos together. Taehyung sweetly rested his head on Jungkook's shoulder, while they waited in line for one of the rides, ignoring the crowd around them. Happiness radiated clearly from both of their faces, creating an aura that made anyone who saw them feel both envious and happy witnessing such affection. Jungkook, who was usually more reserved, appeared very attentive, making sure Taehyung stayed comfortable throughout their time at the amusement park. He repeatedly fixed Taehyung's wind-tousled hair, or ensured his partner didn't get thirsty under the hot midday sun. Small gestures like their hands never letting go became proof of how strong their bond was despite their demanding careers. In one corner of the park themed after the Kanto forest, the two of them tried searching for various hidden Pokémon as part of the interactive activities there. Laughter broke out when Taehyung nearly fell from being too enthusiastic while chasing a Pokémon trail, only to be quickly caught by Jungkook's strong arms. These spontaneous moments were later uploaded by Taehyung as short videos, showing how natural their interactions were when they were alone together. As the sun began moving westward, the golden hour light illuminated their faces, providing perfect lighting for their final photo session. Taehyung uploaded a selfie in which they gazed at each other with the legendary Yomiuriland Ferris wheel in the background. The photo subtly confirmed their relationship, a quiet yet deeply meaningful declaration of love for both of them. Their presence at PokéPark Kanto that day seemed to transform the amusement park into a stage for a beautiful love story. Even though the place was filled with children and families, Taehyung and Jungkook's harmonious presence added a more mature and romantic touch. They proved that amid global fame, taking quality time for a simple amusement park date was a luxury they truly appreciated. The day ended with a calm return trip on the Sky Shuttle, watching Tokyo's lights begin to glow in the distance. Taehyung closed his series of uploads with a photo of their hands tightly intertwined on their laps, marking the end of their adventure at PokéPark Kanto. The memories at Yomiuriland were not just about Pokémon, but about a day filled with love that they would always keep in their personal album of memories. Amid the lively atmosphere of PokéPark, the camera seemed to become a silent witness recording the depth of their feelings for each other. Jungkook, with the precision of a professional, repeatedly paused just to make sure Taehyung stood where the sunlight fell perfectly on his face. He didn't mind kneeling or taking low angles to capture compositions that made his partner look like the main character in a romantic film. For Jungkook, every shot was not just a picture, but an effort to preserve Taehyung's beauty that always left him in awe, as if he wanted the world to know how beautiful the person he loved truly was. On the other hand, Taehyung had his own more personal and emotional way of taking photos. He would often intentionally lag a few steps behind just to photograph Jungkook's broad back while he studied the park map or pointed excitedly at Pokémon installations in the distance. The candid photos taken by Taehyung often looked slightly blurry or unfocused, but that was exactly where their beauty lay. They captured honest moments filled with affection. Each of Taehyung's social media uploads became not just travel documentation, but a digital gallery assembling fragments of proof from the perspective of someone deeply in love. Through phone screens and camera lenses, they seemed to create a small world that belonged only to the two of them, where every shutter click was an unspoken confession of love. When Taehyung aimed the camera at Jungkook, Jungkook didn't give a stiff idol pose, but instead offered a gentle smile and soft gaze, one he reserved only for Taehyung. These posts were filled with subtle details, such as the shadow of their touching hands or camera focus deliberately aimed at the rings wrapped around their fingers, offering sweet hints to anyone paying close attention to how strong their relationship was. They then stopped at a snack stall selling various adorable Pokémon-shaped treats. Without hesitation, they decided to buy a large Pikachu-themed ice cream and a bundle of colorful cotton candy to enjoy together. Instead of buying 2 portions, they chose to share, creating intimate moments where each bite became an act of care. Cheerfully, Taehyung fed Jungkook the most delicious chocolate part, making sure his partner tasted the best portion, while Jungkook accepted it with grateful eyes. Their affection became even more evident when Taehyung, overly excited while enjoying his ice cream, didn't realize a small bit of cream had been left at the corner of his lips. Without a word, Jungkook leaned closer and carefully wiped it away with his thumb. That brief yet gentle touch made time seem to pause. Jungkook did it with such a deep gaze, a simple gesture that showed how much he cherished every small detail of Taehyung. Taehyung could only smile softly, his face slightly flushed from receiving such sweet attention in the middle of the bustling park. While sitting on a park bench surrounded by shady trees, they continued sharing the soft cotton candy. Occasionally, Taehyung deliberately pulled the treat away just as Jungkook was about to take a bite, sparking small laughter and light playful chasing that looked completely natural, like a couple deeply in love. Sharing food wasn't just about satisfying hunger for them, but about how they gave to and prioritized one another. To them, the sweetness of the PokéPark snacks was nothing compared to the sweetness of the togetherness they felt throughout that day. Taehyung's upload immediately triggered a wave of happiness across social media, where the comment section was quickly flooded with thousands of warm messages from ARMY, who felt deeply touched seeing their moments together. Many fans expressed gratitude because they could finally see the two of them enjoying their free time so freely and happily, just like a couple on a date in a place as beautiful as PokéPark Kanto. Phrases such as "Your happiness is our happiness" and "Thank you for sharing this precious moment" appeared most frequently, showing sincere support for their relationship. For fans, witnessing the genuine affection and bright smiles on both Taehyung and Jungkook's faces felt like the most beautiful gift, surpassing any kind of content and strengthening the emotional bond between idols and fans who always wish the best for their personal lives. Leave your positive comments here. The best comment will be pinned as a way to honor their love. Thank you to everyone who continues to support this channel. May God reward all of your kindness. This video reflects my personal opinion and interpretation. It is made for entertainment purposes only and does not represent confirmed facts.